Welcome back to Kingdom of Nerds on the Hunt, DCU logo variants, episode 6. Today I will be showing you some more great DCU logo variants you didn't know they were out there. Maybe you knew, maybe you didn't. But before we get into that, please hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment. So let's get into the books, and hopefully you agree with me that these are some great finds in the wild if you can find them. So first up, we're gonna look into Detective Comics 698 from May of 1996. Fair market value of $30. Last sold for $30 on 4/6/2023. Zero graded on the census. This book is pretty rare. It doesn't come up that often, and if it does come up, aren't the best copies. So finding this in a high grade, I was surprised there weren't any sold on eBay because there are quite a few listed. Um, there are 11 copies on the CGC census that are not DC Universe logos, but as I said before, these could possibly be DC logos, but it's not notated in on the label, so they're not put on the multi-pack census. So see, this is a great cover. I love this cover. Next, we have Justice League Task Force number 20 from February 1995. Fair market value $4. Last sold $4 back in January of this year. There are zero graded on the census. There are zero regular graded on the census, which was surprising to me because it's a great cover. I thought this was a good cover. The Justice League Task Force run didn't last that long. Went up to probably 50 or 60 issues, maybe. So if you see this out there, grab it. It's not a rare book, pretty common. So next up, we have Wonder Woman 101 from September of 1995. Fair market value $4. Last sold $4 back in January of 2025. There are zero graded on the census, 098. This book I've run across so many times digging in back issue bin boxes. It's fairly common. You can walk into a comic book store that has back issues and trip over this book. I found this book in cons in New York, in Baltimore, and shops in Pennsylvania. So this book is out there, and this was a great John Byrne run of Wonder Woman. Next book, we have Green Lantern 68 from November of 1995. No sales data on this, and there's zero graded on the census. I had this in my notes as a common book, but while I was doing research for the show, I actually changed it to rare because there are none on eBay, none sold. Um, I don't remember where I found this. It's been in my box for a couple years now. So if you guys have this book in your collection and you've seen this book in a while, please leave a comment. Let me know because I would like to get more copies. My copy is not the greatest. So next up, we have Shadow of the Bat, number 25 from February of 1994. No sales data, zero graded on the census. What I'll say about this book is even though there are no individual copies sold, it has been selling in lots with other DCU logo variants and other copies of Shadow of the Bat. So if you're a fan of Stealth Freeze, this is one of his great covers. And this is story by Alan Grant. This whole Night Quest storyline was pretty good. I liked it. A lot of people like Night Hunt better. So Next up, we have Steel number 7, July 1994. No sales data, zero grading on the census. This was from World Collides when Milestone crossed over with DC. This book is fairly common. It's usually sold in lots like the last book. So if you can find this on a lot, it's pretty cheap. There's plenty of copies on eBay at the moment as I was doing research for this. So it's not my favorite cover. It's okay, but I do love the orange DC Universe logo. Next on the list, we have Guy Gardner 16 from December of 1993. No sales data, zero grading on the census. And just like the books before this one, you can find this in lots. There are quite a few listed on eBay right now. It's not rare. There's always a stretch between getting a raw copy or getting it in lots because it seems like the ones that are raw listed on eBay aren't in the best quality. So check out those lots and see if you can find a high quality copy of this. So next up, one of my favorite covers, we have Superman 114 from June of 1996. Fair market value is $40. Last sold $40 on 1/4/2025. There are 2 graded on the CGC census, 1 CGC 9.8. I just love the the black suit on Superman with the sun behind them and the rays coming forward. This is a beautiful cover, beautiful art. Probably some of the better art from the 90s. You know, let's be real. The 90s art was not good. Next up, we have Superman Man of Steel annual number 3 from January of 1994. Fair market value $10. Last sold for $10, 2/15/25. 1 graded on the CGC census, 1 9.8. This is part of the Elseworlds annuals that year. There were quite a few of them. This not a good cover for me. This is it's a Magnolia cover. There are plenty of copies of this out there. It's pretty common. You can find this lot listed on eBay. You know, don't pay an arm and a leg for these books. So, and finally, we have a big boy. We have Superboy number 9 from September of 1994. Fair market value $170. Last sold $250 on 1/22/25. There are 19 graded on the CGC census, 6 CGC 9.8s. This book, the first appearance of King Shark, I've been trying to get this book 9.8 for the longest time. Got 9s, I got 9.2s, 9.4s, never a 9.6 or a 9.8. There's only one CGC 9.8 on eBay right now, and the seller is asking over $2K. I can stomach maybe 1,400, 1,300, but I can't see myself paying $2K for a 9.8 of this. So it's just one of my things, and eh. So let's get into the show and tell portion. So, like I said earlier, I have Justice League 20. I love that different when they do different colors of the DCU. Detective 698. Yeah, I have a fairly maybe a 992 copy of this. Looking for a higher quality copy. Wonder Woman 101. I have like 12 copies of this. Even have one with rusted staples, which I don't understand how you get rusted staples from 90s books, but yeah. Green Lantern 68. Definitely looking for a higher quality copy of this, high grade. Shadow of the Bat 25, Stealth Freeze cover. I have a few of these, so these aren't that hard to find. It's a great cover. Steel number 7. Love that orange logo. Guy Gardner 16. Superman 114. Such a beautiful cover. Superman Man of Steel Annual number 3. And this big boy, Superboy number 9, DCU 9.4. There's a corner that's keeping it from 9698. Little blunted at the bottom. Can't really see it from here, but that's it. So this is episode 6. Look forward to episode 7 next week. So please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and thank you for joining me. And see you next week.